ever had that sudden chocolate craving? You know, the one that hits in the middle of the night and there ain't nothing in the house that's chocolate. Well, I have a perfect single serve chocolate cake that can be made in no time flat. Say, these are easy enough for even children to make, and I call them mug cakes. The bigger the mug, the better. So, they only take a few steps, which is mixing the ingredients, getting the ingredients, mixing the ingredients, and then microwaving. My kids brought this recipe home from school when they were little, and it has become my go-to dessert, especially when I've had company come at the last minute and I don't have a dessert. Say, I can whip these up, and they can even do it where they can make it the way they want it. Say, my ingredients are, and you can have as few as 6 ingredients for this, but my ingredients are flour and sugar, egg, cocoa, vegetable oil, milk, and Nutella. And the Nutella is optional, but today I'll be using the Nutella. If you have any kind of a nut allergy, I would suggest not using the Nutella. And I always set my ingredients up because these are 4 tablespoons, then you have your 1, and then you have your 3 tablespoon stuff. It just makes it easier for me to remember it. Some other options that could be used for this is you can put chocolate chips in, marshmallows. I've melted marshmallows and put them on top even. Whipped cream and chocolate syrup for the top. I love walnuts in mine, but once again, like I said, if you have a nut allergy, I would not put any kind of nut in it. So let's go ahead and get started and make some of that chocolate magic. Okay. This is self-rising flour, which helps it get big in your cup. If you use just regular flour, it's not going to rise, which is okay if you don't want it coming up out of the top of the cup. Alright, this makes 4. Okay, next, and this is tablespoons. We're going to do the sugar. Okay, here comes our sugar, and it's just plain old granulated sugar. Alright, this is our 4s. They're out of the way now. Okay, now we're going to move on to our 1, which is our egg. And as I mentioned, there's very little cleanup because everything goes right into the mug. So our 1 is done. Now we're ready for our 4s. Alrighty. Alright, this is the 2 tablespoon cup measure here. Alright, we need 1 more. This is also a recipe that does not have to be like super precise. Say, here's our Nutella. I'm going to go ahead and use that cup. And I'm going to put the Nutella in this cup. It makes it easier because Nutella tends to be a little bit sticky. Alright. That's 2. Okay. Now let's do our 1. Alright. So that makes our 3 tablespoons. You may have to scrape the little cup measure here. Alright. Nutella's finished. Now we can do our oil and our milk. Milk needs 3. Okay. And remember, everything is in tablespoons for this recipe. Okay. Oops. And it doesn't matter if you make a little bit of a mess. It's pretty easy to clean it all back up. Alright, now we are done with our ingredients. And it'll be a little thick and chunky to begin with because of the Nutella. Alright, and the biggest thing about mixing this is that you want it to be as smooth as possible. The smoother it is, the less air bubbles will be in it. Okay. And everybody's spidey senses should be going off, our chocolate ones anyway. Alright. I've almost got this smooth. Once you get it kind of mixed up pretty good to begin with, then you can really get into it and get this mixed. Alright. Okay. Alright. And you want to go clear to the bottom so that you can get any of that flour that might be on the bottom. Alright. I think that's pretty good. And as you can see, it's pretty thick, pretty smooth. Alright. Well, you're going to move this to our microwave. Our microwave, since they have different wattages, it normally takes 1.5 to 3 minutes to do one. What I like to do is put it in for 2 minutes and then take it out and check it by putting a fork in it. If you put the fork in and it comes out clean, then you know you're done. If it doesn't, then I'd suggest putting it in for another 30 seconds and seeing if it's cooked all the way through then. So, I have one that was already made up. Go ahead and set this. Alright. So, I like to put whipped cream and I like to use chocolate syrup. So I have my spoon. Alrighty. And I like lots of it. I'm a whipped cream kind of person. Alright. Okay, now with our chocolate syrup. I also like the chocolate syrup too. Alright, and now we have our mug cakes. And now that you know how to make them, you can satisfy that chocolate craving any time of night or day. And it won't take you very long and you will be a happy chocolate eater. Thank you so much. Go ahead, enjoy. Yum!